Hello guys, Wahoo here, back in a video, this time around guiding you through the Heckbug event, also known as the Valentine's Day event. And yes, now it is back for real. If you saw my video, the last video I've done, they accidentally put the event in a week too early and people already, kind of done the whole thing. You can actually see, if you see my little screen right here, you can see I'm actually on step number 2 out of 12. So it's a 12-step one. Of course, I will still do step number 1, but just for you guys, I'll of course do step number 1, but I'm actually on step number 2. So it actually did not reset. That's kind of funny how that actually works out. So people that actually done with the event, I got to do it last time, actually don't get any event. Well, they don't get the main quest line, whatever it is. Of course, you can do all the stuff towards it. Some people also, of course, got some of the stuff with the special NPC guy. Of course, some people already got some of that stuff, so people are ahead of that. So if you didn't see, there was, again, a special NPC that you can also see in the video. I'll, of course, also cover it in this video when we are gonna end up at that step. But yeah, it's pretty funny. I've never experienced this in Trove before that, we start on step number 2. But yeah, of course, we do also have the, of course, the 14 days of mini adventures or mini quests you can do every single day. Make sure to do it on Saturdays. So people could actually do this one as well. And it actually also is also back with that. So that did reset, but of course the quest line did not. And I feel that that is kind of fair because you can see you get some of these Hex or Heck Karma tokens, which is used for the special NPC guy. So some people would just be having a ton of them if, they already did the whole quest line. So I think it's fine that they didn't reset it. It's not that hard to farm anyways, but it would be a little bit unfair to the people that didn't get to do it in the time. But enough of that. We know basically everything there is to know about the event. We know about the NPC. We know whatever is going on. So not so much with the intro. Let's move into step number 1. All right, so for step number 1, all you have to do is go to the hub, and we still have the invasion thing going on. It's pretty still very, very, very awesome. So again, shout out to whoever did this. This is super amazing. So shout out to whoever dev that made or came up with this. Hopefully we can see some more of this in the future. It's super, super awesome. But all you have to do is go ahead and talk to Hailey here and just interact with, and that's gonna complete your step number 1. I will at the end kind of talk about the different things you can buy in the shop or craft in the shop. Also about the NPC again. I won't cover it too much because you can see all of it in the video I did last week. So I'm just gonna cover it pretty quickly, but we're also going to talk to the NPC inside of the egg there house and talk to him as well. But we'll talk about these things if it's worth or not to get them. Some of them I think you need to get maybe the standard here. I think you need to get that one, and we'll talk about that. But all you have to do is just interact with the NPC, and that's going to complete step number 1, and we can move into step number 2. All right, so for step number 2, we have to help some Heckbugs in the Geode caves, and I'm here right now because I just wanted to show you guys. Make sure you are going to enter with some of these materials like the treats, the curing kit, and also the blankets, because these are used to help some of these NPCs. You only have to craft 1 of these, but they are random which critters you are going to get. So make sure you maybe have 10 of each. You're not gonna run out of it. It's gonna be there forever. Maybe if you have some in your inventory already, you can of course go ahead and check that in your Geode tab. If you have some already, I think I have some already somewhere. I can't just see. Oh yeah, I have them down here. I have them somewhere here. And when you go into, you can see that you have three slots that you can throw these to the NPCs, and they are indicated above their heads what they are wanting, food, or they want a blanket, or they want a curing kit. That will be in there as well. I'll show you guys as well, because there is a mod on PC that can show you a little bit easier where the NPCs is. But after that, you have your stuff to go into the cave. You can basically just get them right here if you want to. There's the veins, there is this sun vault, and there is the moon grotto, and this is going to take you to the Dragonfire peaks. We're not going to use that yet, but these 3 here is where you can go there. You can also of course go down here to the Geode Sanctum down here, and that's the same place right under when you spawn in, as we always have. But you can use here, it's a little bit easier to go here, and I think I'm going to pick the moon this time around. All right, so now that you are inside of the cave, you just pick one of the 4 roads, and as you can see, the mod is already already there, but we're just gonna pick right over here. I'll show you guys a little bit easier. So you can see this guy, you can see there's a red circle around this. This is the mod that makes this circle. I'm just gonna throw this food to this guy, and he is gonna heal up, and that's going to, I think this guy actually was before me. If somebody's in front of you, you can always reset if you want to. There's also ones you need where you can actually just hit them with the laser. So when you use your laser, that is going to help them as well. That's the one that has the treasure chest above them. This one needs the blanket, and hopefully I can help it as well. Maybe you can actually do it together as well. Let me see. Okay, yep, let me go right over here. But that's the mod, as you can see right here. He is need the curing kit, and then of course it moves it, but it's a little bit easier to see. You can also see there was an NPC behind there. So that's the mod. It is called, let me see if I can find it. I think it's called better something easier. Oh yeah, there you go. Easy to see critters desire. So this one right here is the one. You can also see it from the picture as well. You can see the treasure one as well. So it doesn't highlight, of course, the the thing above the head. It just makes this circle that makes it a lot easier to see the NPCs as well when you go through the cave. So just a little mod that here, but they're not impossible to see, and you only need 10 of them to get that. So not really a big deal. And again, if you are behind some people and you don't see any NPCs at all, you can always just go out, hold down your home button, and then you go back to the hub, and you can also just enter again, and you will probably find another one as well. Or you just have to go as far as you can and find some of these ones as well. Again, you only need 10 of them, so it's not going to be very hard. But that was step number 2. Now I can head into step number 3. All right, so for step number 3, we have to meet Harold, and he is the NPC I was talking about before. So we go back to the hub, the wonderful, very invasional hub, and we are going to go into that house, and this is where you are going to find Harold, and this is also where you are going to find the lovely NPC that has the things that we are going to need. And then as you can see here, we want the souls, we want the cores, and we don't really want the positive karma. The positive karma is pretty easy to get. I also talk about that in the other video. So if you want to know how to get positive karma, I do have videos on the channel talking about how to get positive karma for the NPCs and such. I will of course also link it in the description, as I always do, and maybe also as a card that might have been there already, but I have linked it so you guys can find it as well. But these are of course the tokens that we are going to need. So anyways, we are going to buy some of that for the next step. But yeah, that's step number 3. You are just gonna go up and talk to him, and you are at the NPC. So that was step number 3, and we can now head into step number 4. All right, step number 4, pretty simple. We were almost done step number 4 before we were done with step number 3. But here we are going to have to buy some of these. It's gonna cost you 5,000 flux, so that's pretty simple. It just says buy some, so I'm pretty sure just buying some are going to do so. I did have some in my inventory already from last time. I think it might be the same, and I don't know if this is going to be or not, but when we have something in our inventory, and I just want to say that right now, when we put it in our personal chest, or I think anywhere else but in our inventory, then it gets another ID. So you basically cannot stack these things if you don't keep it in the inventory. So keep these different things. These things are from the event. So keep this in your inventory. Yes, you have 3 spots less, but it's not gonna mess up your inventory. And this, I don't know if they have fixed it or not. I'm not gonna take a chance on it. Maybe somebody in the comment can tell me if they have fixed it or not, but usually gets another D. And then when I buy, like if I put these 20 in my inventory and in my personal chest, buy another 10, try to put them, they're gonna take up another slot in my in my personal chest, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna keep it here for now. And yeah, of course not the empowered gem boxes, that doesn't have anything to do with that. But yes, that was step number 4. We can now head into step number 5. All right, guys, so for step number 5, we have to head into Dragonfire peaks and use those we just bought in step number 4. But again, if you you can just take the portal that is right next to the NPC, or you can just go right here, of course, the Dragonfire Peaks world's right here. That has the most Dragonfire Peaks. You don't actually have to go to this one, you just have to be in a biome that has Dragonfire Peaks. So you can actually go to the highest if you want to, Prime World, if you want to do so. You don't have to be in the specific, you know, Dragonfire Peaks world. You can be anywhere that has a zone for Dragonfire Peaks. But we are in Dragonfire Peaks right now. I'm gonna go out here because maybe that doesn't count as it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and click this one. Okay, so it does work. So you just have to throw it. I think these ones are what we usually have to use to have the Heckbugs be in love with us. And yeah, let me see if I actually can do something right here. Okay, we can put it in here. I didn't know if I could put it in right down here. But yeah, you just have to throw it. So that's gonna, of course, help. Oh, we got some invaders. I was gonna, of course, defeat these guys because they're evil. And I don't want them to destroy anybody at all. But anyways, that was step number 5. We can now head into step number 6. All right, so for step number 6, we have to have some of these Heckbugs become in love. And what we do is, of course, we use this one. So make sure you do have 10 of these because that is what you are going to use. If you don't have 10, make sure you go back to the hub, buy some more so you have enough to make them fall in love. And you are going to find them in the Dragonfire Peaks, and all you have to do is just go up to them and throw this one down. As you can see here, now it becomes in love, and sometimes it does attack you as well. So sometimes you can get extra of these little nice boxes here. These are some of the event boxes, but that's what you do. You go around and they are all indicated with this heart. So you can see there's one over there as well. And you just run around in the Dragonfire Peaks. And sometimes right here in the beginning, there is of course a lot of people doing it. So it's a little bit laggy, but yes, there you can see there's another one. I don't think it's every time that they become, you know, you can defeat them afterwards. And sometimes it doesn't work always because sometimes it doesn't figure out that it's actually there. And hopefully it does it this time. And maybe not, then I probably have to go back to the hub and get some more of these. If it doesn't want, yeah, there we go, now it worked. So of course you can't do any damage to them when they're not in love. As you can see here, I'm doing 1 damage. Still doing some damage, but it didn't become in love. And I can see actually that it has to be in love. It has to be oh, that it broke. You can see that it broke the heart. So you probably have to get some. I probably have to get some more of these. Yeah, this one also broke the heart. So sometimes, you know, love doesn't always go the right way, you know, and sometimes you don't become in love. So you probably have to get more of these. Forgot about the way that they are going to be in love. And sometimes people also, you know, get them before you do. So you probably have to get a bunch more of these. So I'll get my 10 and I'll see you guys in step number 7. All right, so for step number 7, we have to hatch a Heckbug egg. We got one from the previous step. So you do have one of these Heckbugs eggs, but you might actually have more than that if you got some of them in from the cave where we were in before. These are the new Heckbug eggs, and you can get these as well. So you can, you know, hatch these as well if you want to, but we just need this Heckbug egg, and all we have to do is just right click it. And as you can see, it doesn't take very long to do. The other ones doesn't take long at all either. You can speed it up with these ones if you have these, but I really don't recommend you doing that because it, as you can see, it has no seconds at all. It takes 2 hours of eggs, and as you can see here, my eggs are already done. It's about to hatch. I don't know what is going on. It said it was ready over here. We are gonna, of course, get the Heckbug egg, and you do get an NPC, and you say this one. We get this one as well. The Dragonfly. I think this one, these are new ones. I think these are the new that was in there as well. And then of course you get these as well in your inventory right down here. They should be here. Yeah, that's the Dragonfly ones, and there's also the old ones as well. These do have 25, so these might actually be better than new ones. We'll see. I'm actually going to go into the eggs, and I have 3 slots because I have completed my, of course, this one, the Geode mastery thing, and I unlocked these 1 space expanders. You can use it in the incubator or in the reliquary, and I didn't want the reliquary. I just want more spaces for eggs because usually that is more efficient to have eggs, but it doesn't really matter which ones you do use. I'm gonna refine all of these and get some, maybe some more of these as well. So that was the step number 7, and we can now head into step number 8. All right, so for step number 8, all we have to do is go behind. It says behind, which is kind of weird. Also, I did notice that we do get some daily quests right here that we have to probably do later on, but it's actually on the side here. But we have to go and talk to this guy here, where we have to meet the Heckbug hunter. So what we are going to, it's probably also want us to get some of these. That's also a daily quest as well. As you can see here, we actually have to do that. But you just go on the sign and you complete step number 8. It's pretty simple. It's also gonna, you can just say no to that right now, but we're probably gonna have to do that in step number 9, as you can see. But for step number 8, just go beside a building and you are done with step number 8, and we can head into step number 9. All right, so for step number 9, as we just talked about in step number 8, we have to pick up or do some daily quests, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pick all of them right here. I see there is 3 of them. I don't really see any other ones. Maybe they will be more in the future. I don't know if we do more of them, but the 3 ones I did pick up, we can just talk about them real quick. There is the Help the Dragonfire Peak bugs. That is the one where you have to make them fall in love again. So you gotta have more of those heart thingies that you can buy, of course, from the NPC up there. Then it's helping the Geode Heckbugs in the caves that we've done that before as well. Make sure you have enough to go down there. Just craft a bunch of it. And then we have to kill Heckbugs as well. So the Heckbugs is something where we have to go find Heckbugs in the Dragonfire Peaks and slay them. So I'm not really sure. Oh, that's some pincers as well. I'm not really sure what the pincers are, because that's something new that I haven't seen before, but it might be something we're going to need. So I'm definitely gonna go and do these daily quests. All I can see is, if I go to it, that we have to do it in the Dragonfire Peaks. So my point would probably be that we are going to use more of these, of the Heckbugs. And then when they be mad at us because we broke their hearts, because apparently they didn't like us, maybe that is going to work towards it. So let me just go ahead and go to the Dragonfire Peaks and kind of confirm if that's the case. So I'll be there back in 2 seconds. All right, cool. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's attended like this, but when I go to an NPC, and if I can find one right here, so it falls in love with me or it gets mad at me. And you can see now it gets mad at me, and when I then kill it, of course, I do get one of these as well. But you can see I also help some of them. So some of them are falling in love with me, so they work like that. But apparently I can, they also, when they fall in love, they also, you can see now I'm on 6 of these. So it is, apparently I also defeat them when they fall in love with me as well. So I'm really not sure what's going on. I think it was supposed to be, other way around, but we will see. But the point is that of course they do get mad at us, and of course that makes sense that you have to kill them as well. But the point is, just do them while you're doing the other one. So just make sure you have both quests and just go like crazy with it. So you'll probably get the one done before the other one, but I think the one that's going to be longer is, of course, this one as well. But pick this one up as well. It's pretty simple. Again, if they fall in love with you as well, you can attack them right before they teleport. So just keep your, attack animation in, and you are going to defeat them as well. So I tried to do it, attacking them, and that worked. And I tried to do it without attacking them, and I still got credit for it. So I'm really not sure what's going on. What is it? I'm not really killing them, and the other thing. So you can see, that one actually got mad as well. So that I couldn't really show you guys, but they do apparently count towards that one. I see that was in love with me. That one, so I can still attack it because it apparently doesn't go away. But yeah, that worked as well. So just letting you know, just attack them afterwards. Just, throw them down, attack anyways, no matter if they get, mad or not mad. So anyways, that I just want to confirm that, so we can now head into step number 10. Alright guys, so for step number 10, we have to equip the standard of the Heckbug Hunter, and we do that right over here at the NPC. You can see it's right here. It's going to cost you 450 of the pincers, and I'll show you guys how to, of course, get the pincers, but we already have gotten some of them. Of course, there's also a quest for it, so make sure you do your daily quest as well. So you don't actually have to do this right now. You can just do it by the dailies if you want to do so. You get that extra little boost. But if you want to do it quicker, you can do so as well. If you want some of these, of course, rewards here, I would recommend you basically do the dailies every single day, and then you buy this every single day because you are going to get a bunch of it anyways. And then by the time you are going to get the standard, that is going to be my plan at least. If you know, I'm going to get this at one point, because you still have 14 days to complete this, and the last 2 steps are not going to be very complicated. So I don't really need, but basically complete this step before I can explain to you guys what step number 11 and 12 is, because it's not really big deal. The grind is really going to be this one, so I'm not going to show you guys the grind, of course, because it can take a bunch of times, but there's a ways to speed it up a little bit, and that's of course through the daily ones and getting that, because you're going to go out there, do that anyways. But I would just recommend you buying some of this stuff anyways. This resets daily as well, so the loops are pretty nice. The prime Paragon cubes are amazing, so you should get this one for sure. If you want the Diamond Dragonite, that's also cool. You get 3 of them. Again, you can only buy 1 of them, but the point is that they'll also get 3 of them. It is 75, so it's pretty steep, but yeah, I would you can get this by doing your star bar, so I'm not really sure where you want to get this, but the cubes are pretty valuable. That would, and maybe some of the focuses can also be pretty nice as well. The Bound Brilliance is maybe as well, but these are a nice inventory as well to get. But over time, you are going to get enough to get this one. I would just, you know, do that I recommend, because you have to do the dailies every day anyways, or you should do the dailies anyways. But like, except if you don't want to do the dailies anyways, you should be definitely doing the tokens, because you want to get it from the other NPC. That's something you really want, and you're gonna get pincers anyways when they get mad at you instead of getting in love with you. And you're gonna get this at some point, and you don't really need to complete the last 2 steps. It doesn't really do anything, except it gives you a bunch of tokens to the other NPC as well. But you should get some of these things that reset daily. The Heckbug roller, I'll talk about that in the end of the video, if it's worth getting or not. But this is basically how you are going to complete step number 10. You are just going to get enough pincers. And if you want to boost that, of course, the banner itself boosts it, but we don't have the banner. You can see down there, increases the drop rate of Heckbug pincers. But of course you don't have this, but there is another way to boost them a little bit. If I can get over here to the NPC, that would be very nice. There is this little ally, as you can see here, it increases the drop rate of Heckbug pincers, and it doesn't of course cost pincers. It does cost the tokens, some positive karma, some day drops, and some crystals, and some other materials, and I think Gemini, I think that's what it's called. But you get a bunch of tokens. I feel like tokens, karma tokens, seem to be a lot easier to get than the pincers are. So you should get, you can see I haven't done very much, and I almost have this one. What's holding me back is of course the tokens. And the positive karma, you can go ahead, and I talked about this before, but I'll show you guys again. If you guys go right over here to this guy right here, Danielson, and you buy the quality incense right here, and you go to the shrine, you can craft yourself 100 positive karma just straight up like that. And of course you need 500, but you can get more through the karma buzz stuff. I will of course have linked it in the description how you are going to get more karma, a bunch of stuff. And if you saw the video from last week, I also talked about it in that one as well. But that is going to boost your drop rate of the pincers as well. So I recommend, if you want to get it done now, you should get this you know, done. If you want to grind it out, basically, then you're going to have this equipped, and you're going to get more pincers. And then of course you can go back and you can get of course this guy, and then you can start getting all of these. But again, I would recommend you just do the daily every single day, and that will not feel as much as a grind. And this one is going to give you more tokens when you help Heckbugs in the Geode caves, and the other one is going to give you more pincers. So it's basically just going to ramp up exponentially, and it's going to be crazy if you use this one as well. There's also one for helping, so you can have the banner and you can have the ally, so you give even more tokens, which is pretty crazy. And as well, this also gives you some more tokens, which equipped when using a flask as well when doing stuff. But basically you can boost your tokens by using an ally and of course the standard or the banner as well. But I just wanted to show you guys the banner, the ally that can boost the pincers, so you can continue off the steps here. But you really don't need to do that. You can just again do it every single day. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to grind it out for 2 hours or 3 hours maybe if you're unlucky. So I'll just rather do that instead, to just do it over the 14 days that you have this one, and just make sure I buy, of course, the stuff from that guy over there, and of course the stuff from this guy in here, and then I'll bother with the whatever I need in the end and just grind it out if I need anything in the end, but I don't think I am going to do so. So take it easy, lay back, do your dailies, and you're probably gonna get the stuff you want in the end as well. But that was step number 10. Let's hit in step number 11. All right, so step number 11 is going to start right where we are, because what we have to do in the step number 11, you have to defeat 15 invaders. So there's these Heckbug invaders. They kind of look like robotic, something from Neon City biome. They're very distinct from, of course, the other ones that you see in the Dragonfire peaks, but you should just be in the Dragonfire peaks. And I'm pretty sure you can spawn in every single biome. I am not sure about that. What I would do is that I would just go to the Dragonfire peaks, as I talked about in step number 10, is that you're gonna do your dailies, and every 15 minutes, if it's not faster invasions, then every 15 minutes there is going to be an invasion. You've probably seen them with those shadow guys that drop from the sky. If you are farming in the prime worlds, it has to be a prime world. It can't be some of the elemental worlds that are out here, or Geode topside, or you know, the new biome over here. I think actually they do drop in the new biome, but I would just keep to the prime worlds, because I know that that's where they're going to do. But my strategy is going to be that I'm going to do the dailies. You know, that's going to take me at least 15 minutes. Then one is going to, you know, spawn. If you are more people together, then of course there's more that is going to spawn. So you can actually join up with other people, with farms and stuff like that, and then you basically get, if you're more than 15 people, you are just going to get it done straight up. So that's just, you know, step number 11. If you just want to do it like that, you just, you know, ask some people if you know anybody that has it. But my suggestion again would just be running around or being AFK for whatever, and it's going to spawn there, and you are just going to get it. So, you know, have it running, and then, you know, every 15 minutes you are going to get, you know, we're not going to get faster invasions before, you know, the end of the event, because we had faster invasion last week. So it's going to be 4 weeks before we get faster invasions, or 3 weeks, I guess. There's 3 weeks between, yeah, 3 weeks between before. So we're not going to have faster invasions, unfortunately, for this event. But it's going to be 15. You can just wait around in a prime world. It doesn't matter which one it is. I would go maybe not in the lowest. I don't know, sure it can go into the lowest one. So make sure you are in one that is a little bit higher, but that shouldn't be too hard to, you know, maybe do the Fey one or do the Kandorian one, like 400. Probably should people have that as well. Or go to whatever you basically want to and just start farming, and they're gonna drop from the sky. And then you can just defeat them, and you have to do that 15 times. So it's not really a big deal. It could just be sort of it's more a waiting game to get these ones as well. So I would just wait around. That's at least also my plan. I'll do my dailies. If I'm missing some in the end, again, I will just be AFK to get them. I know 15 times 15 would also be a lot of time, but you should get some over, you know, the different hours. And again, if you don't complete this every single step, it's not a big deal, because at the end, the reward is basically just 150 of the karma tokens. So if you do need karma tokens at the end, that's a nice boost, but you're not going to miss out on like a mount or an ally or something like that during the quest. So don't worry about that. It doesn't really matter the last couple of steps here, but I want to just make sure you guys knew anyways, if you wanted to complete them anyways. So that was step number 11. Just find these invaders in, you know, the biome and defeat them. Be AFK, all that stuff to get them as well. And that completes, of course, step number 11. We can head into step number 12. All right, so for step number 12, we are still here because, like I talked about in the other steps, the point is the last step, step number 12, you just have to talk to the NPC right over here. Again, you just have to interact with him, and you are going to complete step number 12. There's not really any fancy things to it. And again, you will just get 150 of the tokens, of the tokens for, you know, all this stuff, you know, the Heckbug tokens. You're just going to get 150 of those. So step number 12 is not that complicated. Just go up, you just talk to him, and that's going to complete it. When you've done the 2 previous ones, that could be a little time consuming, but I would just use the 14 days you have anyways. You don't really have to be struggling and getting, you know, it all done in the first day. You can get it during all the ones of all the days and such. But yeah, but before we end the video, I do want to talk about the things you can buy from different NPCs and mostly the things that give you mastery, if it's worth it or not. So we're gonna jump into that right now. All right, so the last part of the video, I guess it's just called, well, the point is that we are going to talk about if it is worth or not. And the TLDR is it's not worth any of them except for the Heckbug Hover Rover. This one do give you 100 mastery, so this is the only one that's really worth it. These are semi worth it. This is basically more for boosting, getting pincers, boosting to get karma tokens. Again, more tokens. You can actually get the banners if you have one of those Luxian stash styles. You can actually get these 3 banners. These are the only thing that really gives you mastery from that. So that's 3 mastery points. Not really insane. But these different allies here all give 20 mastery. And 20 mastery is like mid. They goes in 10, 20, and 50. If it is 50 mastery, this is totally worth it. But these are mid, so it really has to come down to you if you want to get some of this or not. So make sure you kind of decide that for yourself. If you have enough tokens and all the other stuff and you don't really need like positive karma or crystals or something like that, then you should definitely get the mastery. But I just want to make sure you guys know that these are only 20 mastery at all. But you should definitely get the mount here. That is definitely worth it. It is a lot of tokens. It is a lot of positive karma and all such things. It is pretty pricey, but it's also 100 mastery. And the only thing that is worth getting through the event, except of course, for this guy in here, with, of course, you can also get unlimited positive karma right here if you want to do so, but it's going to cost you tokens. But we do want to get the souls of the deep. This resets every single day, so make sure you definitely have 75 tokens you get every single day, because you do definitely want to get these souls. No matter where you are in the game at the moment, you want to get these souls ASAP. So make sure you do the event. If you're not going to get anything besides this, definitely get the souls. The cores can also be sort of a thing you kind of want to get, but they are tradable. I'm pretty sure these are tradable, I would assume. I'm just gonna buy one and see if it actually went into my, okay, I should definitely, okay, so there was 300, yeah, okay, so they definitely go into this basically right here, so they do go in here, but I would definitely get, the souls are super important, so if you can only get the souls, get those. Deep Zone, you can farm that, so don't really get that, and it's not really super expensive on the marketplace anymore like it was before, and it might go up in price again. Now that the event is out, it's definitely going to go down a little bit more in price, but of course the tokens, the cores can of course be traded, so you definitely don't really want to get that, but you want to get the souls, and then you can decide for yourself if you want to get the cores or not. But definitely get the souls every single day to get enough of those as well. So just want to make sure you guys get that, so make sure you do all of that. So, but that's not the only, of course, NPC there is. There's also the NPC right over here, and he also has the standard. Of course, you need this to complete the quest, so you should definitely get that. But you should get some of this that is in here instead. Maybe some of the loops, some of the cores. That's super awesome. Crystalline cores, not so much. I don't know if you get more than one, but if you only get 1 crystalline core, it's not really worth it. Or dragon coins. You do get 3 dragon coins, but still not really worth it. Maybe the focus or the bound brilliance, if you need some of that, definitely get some of this as well. But there's also amount, and it seems like 2,500 is a lot. It is a lot, but it's not worth it. It's only a 50 mastery point amount. So it is a very cool mount, don't get me wrong, but it's only 50 mastery points. Like if it was 100, it would definitely be worth it. But if you end up having like a million, I would say about a million, but if you have a lot of pincers, Heckbug pincers, at the end of the event, and you basically bought everything else for every single day and whatever you did, and you also have the standard, I would get the standard first, and then I would get this one, just because of the standard, and you can get the Heckbug and you can get some more tokens and stuff like that. It would help you in that sense. But if it comes down to it and you have a lot of pincers left, then sure, of course you should get it if you have gotten all the other stuff as well. I'm gonna go again and definitely get myself the cube, because that's definitely worth it. I might actually also get the loop. I'm actually not sure, but I'm definitely gonna get the loop as well, but I'm not gonna get any of the other stuff. The focuses are very nice, but I'm not really right now thinking that I need these, because I don't really have a class to, max out with that. So, maybe at some point I'll be regretting that I don't have this, but I'm also gonna save my pincers a little bit because I do want to get this done. But again, I want to do the daily quest and get the pincers like that as well. But definitely get the stuff. Definitely get the souls. So I'm definitely gonna go ahead and get the souls and see now. Tomorrow it's going to reset as well. I might end up getting some of the cores as well, but I want to make sure I have enough for the souls. So I might skip out on the cores. It is 3 per 40, which is a really nice price for this one as well. The deep stone is not worth it. Don't get that. And again, you can get as much token positive karma as you want to, but it does cost you one token. So it's definitely worth it if you want to get some of this stuff. But definitely don't. Like, only get this if you want to get the extra tokens or the extra pincers and all that stuff when you are doing stuff, basically. So yeah, just wanted to let you guys know about if it's worth it or not. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take your time, grind this out, have fun. Make sure you get the souls. That's the most important thing. And thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!